The sun never drops down, so what's going on?
In Pulkovo, he fell.
Where can I call, or what should I do if something happens?
Euromed Clinic, we place ourselves on the market as a multi-specialty healthcare center.
Hey mom, I got sick.
The adoptions comes not so fast.
I mean, it's your life, it's your health, and it matters.
Hello everyone. That coming to Russia can be quite scary because it's so cold here, but you need to stay healthy somehow. This is why today we are here in Евромед clinic. This is a company here in St. Petersburg which is providing medical services and for foreigners as well, so everything in English. And let's ask the representatives of the company how to stay healthy here and what you can do if something wrong happened to your health. Alright, so the idea today is to talk about the problems that foreigners might face here in Russia, and basically the main question is, like, if I come to Russia as a foreigner, of course I got a question of where can I call or what should I do if something happens, right? So should I Google, should I ask friends, or there are companies that can assist you in English?
So definitely if you have the medical issue, suffer some medical problem which happened with you and your friends, we strictly recommend to call to the private healthcare center. We have several in St. Petersburg, so we are not only one on the market.
And you've been working in this area for quite a long period of time, and basically what are the issues that people face?
Well, according to my experience, Euromed is 20 years on the market for in health. Me personally is around 10. The basic health problems we meet, according to my experience, is the climate. So basically students came for a summer semester, autumn semester, winter period, and they suffer from flu, sometimes insomnia, some problems with a sore throat, runny nose. It's like a general problem. Another issue I would like to underline is it's about traumatology, so some falling down because the road's quite slippery actually, so there's problems with the traumatology, broken arms, broken legs, bruises. And especially I would like to stop to is some mental issues, because we have some special requests from the coordinators, like guys, we have a couple of students who are suffering from depression, or they have insomnia, they can't sleep because of the weather, because of and other conditions, because of the interrupted communication with parents, friends who left in USA, for example. And we try our best to offer them the comprehensive medical support. And not only it's a question not only about the psychiatrist support, but also to talk, to cooperate, just to listen what the problem is.
So for how long have you been working with foreigners here in Euromed?
So I started my work in Euromed in 2015. So basically for almost 5 years I've been working in this clinic with foreigners from all over the world.
And are there many that come to you?
Yeah, there are quite a lot who come to Euromed on daily basis. There are people who started coming in years ago and now they bring their family, they recommend us to their friends, so yeah, quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And are they tourists or?
It really depends. Some of them come in with tourist visas, some of them work here or study here, so they basically live here. Sometimes they are people who have international insurance company and they're married, for example, to someone from another country, and so they might even be Russians but married to someone from abroad, so they're like international families who come in.
Mm-hmm. And what are the issues that you may solve for them?
Basically, for our international patients, we do everything. Whatever they need, they can ask Euromed to help and we will somehow arrange it. Most of the time, of course, we can solve a problem here, but if it's some kind of a difficult problem, or maybe it's something very specific that might need help of a certain specialist or some kind of a certain surgery, for example, which is vital, we of course have to contact our partners.
To sum up, for someone who's coming to Russia, what he or she needs to know, what are the tips, healthy tips, how to stay healthy in Russia?
Yeah, me and my colleagues, we manage and create some small precautions and tips we'd like to share with the foreigners and students who came, especially who comes for the first time to St. Petersburg. First of all, to check the climate, because weather here in St. Petersburg changes rapidly. If you came for autumn, fall semester, it's raining, and it's dark, because the daylight and the daytime is quite small. So, and in opposite, if you come for the summer programs, we have a beautiful nature event like white nights, and not everybody can take it into a habit, because sometimes we meet the medical cases with insomnia or something like this. Okay, so guys, I can't sleep because of almost all the time it's like sunny and the sun never drops down, so what's going on? So it's nice, the weather is beautiful, it's interesting to go with friends and take a walk, but if you are on a course, if you're in a study and you should pass some exams, it's quite hard to go to sleep during the white nights. Yeah. Another tips is definitely you should not to drink some unlabeled alcohol. We suffered some issues in the previous year. So it's better to spend some money in a good bar or go to a place with friends or any people you trust to. Another option I would like to underline is sometimes grabbing the copy of your ID, maybe passport, maybe driver's license, to avoid some issues with a policeman who stops and checking your personal data, personal ID. What's next? Maybe not to drink untapped water and drinking from the bottle. So it's not a big issue if you're taking a shower and some kind of water drops into your mouth. It's no problem, no necessity to run to the doctor. No matter, it's Евромед or another one. Yeah. But we recommend to boil the water from the sink if you're grabbing, or use the bottled water for drinking.
This is very different in comparison to
yeah, it's definitely who came for the first time, because the adoptions comes not so fast. So there's maybe some inconveniences. And maybe the last tip I'd like to stop to is to check the best before date, especially if you're buying some stuff or food in small markets. So we definitely recommend to use the big Walmarts, and you will avoid some issues with the best before date problems.
And you know that I work a lot with international students here, and sometimes there are situations that something happens to them and they call me or call their Russian friends and say, okay, like this happened, what should I do? And I know that there is Евромед. What are the further steps? How should we reach you out?
So the first and the most convenient, to my opinion, option is to perform the call. We have a 24/7 available phone number, and where you can briefly describe what's going on, medical issues, financial issues, your location at the moment. And the client can call by himself, or you can call as a person who recommend us. It's
in
also
English
quite
is okay, right?
English is okay, and as I said, most of the European languages can be supported in 24/7 mode. Next option, or it's like a general question, not request a medical emergency, you can access our website from the laptop or smartphone, doesn't matter. Check the type of specialists we have, choose the appropriate one and make the appointment. And the third one, which like I underlined, we have the online consultant, which is also available 24/7. So you don't want to talk, you're in the mood to search or Google something, just enter a website and text your problem. So in some cases it's quite convenient and maybe helpful. Of course, we are not talking about the emergency cases when you need an ambulance right now at your apartment, in the dorm, someplace on the street, near university, city center, city suburbs.
But like, for example, online, is it going to be like a proper consultation, or is just like, okay, what happened and then?
It can be a proper administrative consultation, like the steps you're asking me for. So definitely appropriate time, appropriate specialist, and all administrative recommendations. If it's a medical question you would like to discuss with the doctor, of course, I strictly recommend to perform the call, because it will be faster, it will be more convenient, reliable, and comprehensive. Because, well, you're a bit tired to type the problem, even if you're on the laptop. So it's easy to cooperate, of course, over the phone. And it doesn't matter where you be, so it's also 24/7. 3 a.m. you can call the doctor and ask for support.
And then, for example, let's imagine a situation that I know somebody, I know a foreigner who needs something like really urgently, and this is not like a normal issue with runny nose, but something more serious. What are the steps? Like, let's go a bit more into details. And so, first, what does he have to do, and then how he proceeds when he comes here, for example.
Okay, so if it's something urgent and you're not nearby so that you can walk in, I would definitely, first of all, call the call center, state the problem, and maybe the better way would be calling our ambulance. So we have our own ambulance cars. The doctors are very experienced. We have several doctors who are anesthesiologists with reanimatology specialization, so they can basically do everything right in the car with all the vital functions. So you call the ambulance, which is most of the time covered by the insurance company. Our doctor comes in, they look at you, and they decide if they can help right now, wherever you are, at home, in the university, it doesn't matter. In case they can't help, they contact our duty doctor or just the clinic, and they decide if we can do it right now in the clinic, or if it's some kind of, for example, I don't know, very specific heart problem, for example, that needs, particular help, which we can't do here for, I don't know, a surgery that, is needed like right away within like 24 hours or something. Then we will contact our partners. So we partner up with most of the city hospitals. We also partner up with private hospitals, and we will arrange our patients stay in that hospital, and of course we're going to choose the best one according to what kind of help is needed.
And basically, if, for example, if the patient goes to this hospital, do you participate in the process anyways? Do you control it after you pass the patient?
Yes. So first of all, it's all the paperwork, all the billing is going to go through Евромед. So there's 2 people in the clinic. It's Konstantin, not the one that was in this video, but another doctor and me, who are basically doing most of the out cases in case they happen. So we're still working with the insurance company. We tell the insurance company that the patient is going to a subsidiary department of Евромед, and we basically control everything that is going on there. We talk to the doctors, we talk to all the medical personnel, we always communicate with the department of the paid medical procedures in that hospital. We also have a medical coordinator in our clinic. Her name is Irina. She speaks 3 languages, and she comes in every day. She helps basically with everything that the patient needs. Right there, translation, I don't know, talking to the doctor, solving whatever needs. For example, if we're talking not about students, but about patients of older ages, for example, they might need diapers after the surgeries or something, so she would go and buy the size and the kind that they need. We also provide, we have a special, we call it outpatient, outcase bag. So it's a big bag that has pajamas, towels, water, sleepers, toothpaste, shampoo and everything in it. So basically, in case something urgent happens to you in the street and you have to go right away to the hospital and no one can bring stuff in, we're gonna bring it in for you. We also provide books. We give them cell phones that they can always be in touch with us. They can always call us and ask for translation or something. They can always get to call their relatives and friends or their insurance company. So they call Евромед and Евромed connects them with whatever number in the world, and they can say, hey mom, I got sick, and so that they can keep in touch and tell their relatives what's going on, or talk to the insurance company and say, hey, something happened, I need your help. And it's me, and prove that everything is pretty much okay, hopefully. And
as far as I understand, you work with people from all over the world, or?
Yes, definitely we are oriented as a global clinic, to assist all kind of foreigners, no matter what country they are.
If I understand correctly, the services that you can provide to your clients depend on the insurance company that they're working with.
Well, we always start working with the insurance company first whenever they come in, because they always have some kind of insurance policy. We always ask their insurance company how we're going to work, because there are different kinds of different ways of working with an insurance company. If they tell us we're going to work straight, so basically they're going to pay off whatever is going to be happening here in St. Petersburg, Russia, at Евромед, then we have to talk through what they're going to cover and what is not covered by the policy. In case, most of the time they cover most of the medical expenses here, but in case there is something that is not covered, we can always offer self-pay. And of course, if the help is really needed, so if the life of the patient depends on this whatever procedure or whatever doctor, then most of the time they would pay themselves and then somehow, either claim it from the insurance company or just forget it, because it's your life, it's your health, and it matters.
Okay, and then we come down to the question of how it works afterwards. So if a client comes to you, then how it works with insurance companies, and which insurance companies work with you then?
Yeah, got it, the question. So definitely we have three basic variants how it goes to be. First, of course, we are verifying the insurance policy. Now we're talking about only administrative support. The doctor's done everything, and if it's emergency, doctors came first, medical assistants came first. But the three basic scenario, how it works. So we call to the insurance company and asking about the policy plan, coverage area, any deductibles, co-payments, any client responsibilities. So the first option, the insurance company will say, guys, it's okay, it's so-called direct billing mode. What I'm trying to say, so the client pays zero out of pocket, and we say no any problems at all, we'll deal with financial issues, we know the financial plan, no problem, it's completely free of charge for you. The second option, maybe not so convenient for the customer, but we try to eliminate all negative options which we applied here. It's so-called self-pay claim back mode. So the client should pay here upfront at Евромед clinic, and then claiming back upon returning to the country of permanent residence. And so we also try to get some advantage here, so we have the documents support and paperwork of international standards. Okay. So the student, the foreigner, doesn't matter who it can be, pick the documents from us and ask for the reimbursement and applying the claim on his home country. And definitely I can confirm 99% of the papers are accepted for reviewing. Of course, we are unable to confirm 100% reimbursement, but we are able to confirm that your papers will be reviewed promptly.
And what would be the percentage on average that they reimburse?
The average of the reimbursements and the percentage depends on the country and the coverage plan. So if we're talking about the European Union and Scandinavia regions, it's around 80%. If we're talking about the US, Latin American, Pacific regions, it depends on the supplementary insurance. So the plan which can be applied on the home country. So it's a question about the scam, a question about the financial plan they're offering. So around 50% can be reimbursed, maybe more, maybe less.
So if I understand correctly, anyways, it has to be decided there already on the point. And
Exactly, the insurance company will decide upon arrival. But another option is that, well, sometimes people suffering from the incorrect paperwork, and we completely eliminate this. So our papers are also can be applied and be claimed.
all right, and we know, for example, the situations that might happen to students. But from your side, as Euromed, like what list of services do you use? What are your capacities?
First, everything starts with the GP consultation, because we meet basic European and American healthcare protocols.
What is GPs?
General practitioner or therapist.
Okay.
So it's quite convenient to come to the GP doctor and describe a list of symptoms, problems you suffer. And our advantage is that the doctor, while performing the consultation, while cooperating with the customer, talking with the client, he's able to create and fix the plan of the further treatment involving another specialist. And the GP is also controlling them, how another specialist performing their consultations, their treatments, their plans, and so on and so on. So the GP is finalizing all the treatment process and controlling all the treatment process. So Euromed Clinic, we place ourselves on the market as a multi-specialty healthcare center. Of course, in some cases we have some limited responsibilities and options to help. For example, if it's a difficult surgery or a complicated medical case with additional diagnosis, additional problems, additional medications. When the client came, like, sir, I have these pills I should take all the time. Sometimes we asking for assistance from our subsidiary departments, including the public hospitals.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, Euromed is like a point where you can get with your problem, and then you already can tell them like where to go, what to do next, and like, so you're always a good point to call.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Yes, we are a clinic and assistance center, including the medical service and administrative support as well.
And can you imagine or remember a case where Euromed had to do something really like complicated, you know, something that you really had to show that you are professional and okay, we can solve this?
I mean, each case is very different and they all are very special to me. I remember one of the cases very good. I can't say that it was like, you know, something very difficult, but the guy who got sick was 92 years old from United States of America, and he traveled Russia the third time in his life, and he came here with his friend who was around 60. So they were already about to leave Russia, and in Pulkovo he fell somewhere around passport control and he broke his hip. So we had to do a surgery here so that he can, you know, move again. He basically learned how to walk again. I still have a video of him walking in my phone, and his friend, she stayed with him this whole time. It actually took pretty long because of his age, you know, and his capabilities to get back to normal, you know, since you're older, it's more difficult to recover, so they stayed for around a month, but we still are in touch. We're still, you know, communicating, sending cards to each other. So these patients who get to stay along with Euromed, they most of the time stay in your life after that.
Becomes really personal.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, a nice example. So then let's just sum up, and could you maybe give our international friends some tips on what they have to know when they come to Russia, like how to stay healthy here?
Okay, Yeah, so to sum up, basically if you contact Euromed, we will do everything that depends on us, and we will try to solve your problem the best way possible. We are really working hard to help foreigners to feel, safe and taken care of here. We really try our best so that they feel like they are with Euromed family, because this is what we consider the team here. We consider ourselves a family. And what I want to say is that Russia, in terms of medicine, isn't scary. Some of the places might not look nice, but most of the doctors are really the professionals. And if you are staying with Euromed, if you're asking Euromed for help, you can be positive that we're gonna find the best one that would suit you, and we're gonna be with you from minute one till the case is over.
So thank you so much for your answers, and I think we will drop the contacts and the phone numbers of Euromed so that you can reach them out whenever you need.
Yeah,
and
thank you very much
they're
for visiting
for
us.
Yay!